Hi again, it's Leah. I'm here to do a little quick video on some equipment. Now I know, cross-dressing equipment that is, ladies. Now I know that each one of you has gone out on the internet and seen all sorts of wonderful videos on things you can get to appear more feminine. I just want to talk about two of the things that I use, and obviously if I'm going to show them to you, I don't have them on right now, that I use to appear much more feminine, have a more female-looking body. Being a fairly tall person and broad-shouldered, it's a little difficult to come across quite as with an hourglass figure. And while I don't have a corset where they cinch you in and tighten you up, I do have a couple of other things that I use underneath which help in giving the illusion of having a shape. Obviously, there's much more videos out there on the internet where you can talk about the clothing that accentuates your waist and such. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to talk a little about what I do. Okay. I am not overweight, but I do have a bit of a belly. Let's face it, most individuals my age tend to carry some weight around the middle. So that tends to be a problem if you start wearing a much more form-fitting dress or other thing. Now this top is very loose, these pants are very loose, and I think they actually go together very nicely, but they don't show where all the bulges are. I do have several dresses that are very nice and very tight-fitting, and when I use those, I use several other things. First thing I use is called a cincher. All right? Now this is different from a corset in that a corset is designed to really squeeze you and to accentuate the curves of your body. All right? Usually they have metal staves in them. They have strings in the back that you must pull to tighten up. And it takes a lot of work to get a corset on, to get it on right and get it shaped. And let's face it, they're not the most comfortable things in the world. This, however, is a cincher. It has hooks on one end and tabs on the other. You simply wrap it around your body and hook these together, and it holds things firmer in place. Sort of like now there's a type of underwear called Spanx, which will also hold things in place. This I find really helps because it settles in around my midriff area and holds my abdomen in. It doesn't make a real hourglass figure, but it smooths things out so that when I wear a dress over it, the line is smooth. It's not a lot of bumps. Okay? This is rather inexpensive. It was probably $20. There's a number of sites online that you can go to. I figured several of them. One's called glamourboutique.com. They're very wonderful. There's another one called onfem.com that I also buy stuff off. And of course, my favorite place, transpa.com. They are amazing with what they have here. That's where I got this from Glamour Boutique. But the other thing that holds things in, the other thing that most men's bodies don't have, unless you're quite overweight, is hips and a butt. So women's hips and derrieres are a little more defined, a little more pronounced than men's. So in order to show some curve when you're wearing a dress, I use what's called padded panties. Now, I have them in a plastic bag here where I keep them. I'm going to take them out and show them to you. These are, again, I got these at Transpa. What they are is simply a pair of large shorts, but they have pads in the hips and in the butt so that they wrap around and actually accentuate hips. I have another pair on underneath this dress. Well, not this dress, this pair of pants that I have on. The nice thing about this is it has a very high waistline belt that you can actually stretch up. So I put on the cincher and I pull these up and tighten it over, and it really does flatten out and define my waistline. It's a little tight, but it's not uncomfortable. A corset, on the other hand, is uncomfortable. It's meant to be uncomfortable. It's meant to accentuate your waist and make it small and very feminine looking, but they're not very comfortable to wear. These, on the other hand, are. The advantage also of these are you can actually slide these down when you have to use the ladies' room. All right? And that's very, very wonderful as well. And then reset them back up. So I just wanted to share those two things with you that I use whenever I get dressed up to go out. Now, I'm sure you've all investigated your own breast forms here. Again, that's a personal matter as well. You have to decide what size form you want to use that accentuate what your body type is. Smaller people, smaller forms. Broader, larger, taller people with a larger form, especially the cup size. These are C cup. In order to do that, to accentuate the top and the bottom part, to give you an illusion of a figure. Okay, that's what I wanted to say today, and I also wanted to show off my harem pants and my new top here. Let me know what you think. And as always, this is Leah saying, be true to yourself. Bye-bye.